It's time for another range, consumption, charging and cabin noise test. This time it's the Mercedes GLC 400 4MATIC. Welcome to It's Only Electric. Let's start.
It's only electric.
The GLC 400 is a mid-size SUV with a total length of 4.85 meters and a wheelbase of 2.97. The curb weight is 2.6 tons. Behind the wheels there is a big battery pack with a gross capacity of 100 kWh and a net capacity of 94. It's an NMC pack from CATL. It's all-wheel drive with two permanent magnet motors with a total output of 489 horsepower, 800 Nm of torque or 360 kilowatts. It does 0 to 100 in 4.3 seconds with a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour. The charge port is placed at the right rear fender. As a standard, it does only support 800 volts with a top speed of 330 kilowatt hours on a fast charger, 10 to 80% in 22 minutes. If you want 400 volt support, you need to extra equip it with a 400 volt converter. This one has that. Home charging as a standard 11 kilowatts, that's the AC charging, 3-phase support. You can also extra equip it with a 22 kilowatt charge speed. And since this is a AMG line, it's equipped with 21-inch AMG wheels, staggered setup, so 235/45 here at the front, 265/40 at the rear, Goodyear Eagle F1 tires, and that of course affects the range. So the certified WLTP range for this specific car with these wheels is 633 kilometers, and that's the number we're going to try to beat today. And some of you have noticed the Zeekr 7X in the background. That's my own car, and I'm gonna do a video after this, I put a link up here, where we actually compare the difference in the real world range between those two cars. And whilst talking about other videos, I also put the link up here for the full review of this exact car. Let's start. This video is sponsored by 3W. 3W stands for durable, safe and perfectly fitted floor mats for your car. It's a good idea to protect your car from mud, snow and rain with a set of dual layer floor mats. The installation process is super simple thanks to its perfect fit and finish. It's eco-friendly and non-toxic, made of 100% recycled materials and without any nasty rubber smells. With a double lock design, the carpet on top is super easy to remove and to keep clean. You just rinse it with some water. Personally, I run it with the carpet on top in good weather conditions or during summer, and during winter I remove the carpet and run it with the rubber mats only. The second row comes as one giant piece with the same fit and finish as in the front. Also with the dual layer setup with the carpet on top for easy removal. 3W provides premium floor mats for all kind of vehicle brands such as Tesla, Skoda, Kia and Xpeng. So get your discount by scanning the QR code or using the affiliate link in the description below and visit the official website now. Just started the range and consumption test. This is the mixed track, the mixed cycle with a mixed speed or average speed of 93 kilometers per hour. So the speed limits is spanning from 50 all the way up to 110 kilometers per hour. Currently it's 100. I always stick to the set speed limits, of course, to make the result more comparable. I also always run the AC on auto and the climate and 20 degrees Celsius, as you see. And the last thing, I always put the dry mode into eco, and in this case you have a dry mode toggler here on the dash at the central compartment here. You see eco active, and we are all good to go. Road conditions 17 degrees, totally dry roads, no wind, so fairly good conditions for an efficient drive today. Hopefully we can come close to or beat the stated WLTP range of 633 kilometers. I'm not really sure about that, but I really hope so. Now it's actually driving on the second gear, since this GLC, or the GLC in general, does come with 2 gears. One gear is actually activated above 70 kilometers per hour, depending on the acceleration you use when using the pedal. So when driving calm, it activates in around 70 or 80 kilometers per hour. You don't feel the actual shift if you don't push it really hard. So if you accelerate hard, you will feel the actual gear shift. So this will probably help the consumption in higher speeds, but we'll see about that. How much range will the net capacity of 94 kilowatt hours actually give us? It's equipped with Mercedes air suspension, Airmatic, and with that package you also get the 4-wheel steer. So it's really agile, especially on cramped areas like a parking lot or something like that. So it makes the car a lot smaller, or at least feel smaller. But with that said, this car is also not equipped with the 360 camera and also not the LCC system. I mean, the driver head system that keeps you in the lane and drives for you. And that's very surprising. This is Sweden's only press car available as a GLC, and they did not add those functions. According to me, that's probably the most important functions to have. I mean, I barely can't live without the 360 view, and especially not the LCC function. Instead of the air suspension and 4-wheel steer, I would actually go for those 2 functions. A lot more important for me, at least, and that's my recommendation. I mean, the traditional suspension will be really good enough. This is a Mercedes and it drives really well with the standard suspension too. So with that said, we have been driving for 25 kilometers. The average consumption until now is 18.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That will go down before we end. I mean, it's still pretty high. I expect it to be a lot lower. The chimes, let me demonstrate it for you. So it's 18 now. I will drive a bit quicker than that. 82. Starts blinking. That's the beep. Extremely subtle. It's not annoying at all, a very soft tone. So I tend not to turn it off because it doesn't annoy me enough. If you want to turn it off, it's just a single tap on the icon here. It's always present on the main screen. You just tap that and then it shuts down those annoying or not so annoying beeping sounds for the speed limit assists. If you want to use the steering wheel, you can do the same thing by just pressing the rocker here. You just long press it and it will mute the speed assist chimes. Very easy, very convenient. 2 ways of doing it. Both are really simple. Closing into the halfway. Almost 40 kilometers past, so 39 point something. Average consumption 16.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So still going strong and downwards. 16.7 now. So it's creeping down and it's getting good. I mean, this is a big and heavy car, over 2.5 tons, with a big battery pack, almost 4.9 meters long. So the GLC is growing for every generation. That also goes for this EQ technology version. So it's big, but still fairly good numbers, I would say. And unfortunately, as I mentioned, I will not be able to do this curvy LCC test now. I was really excited to try that out, but it doesn't have that equipment. And the drive, it's silent. I mean, dual pane windows here in the front, air suspension. It's a silent cabin. I think it's more silent than the BMW iX3. That's at least my feeling. We will see that in a while. in this video. So stay tuned for the cabin noise test. And whilst we're on it, there is many of you that don't subscribe to my channel. Please do so. I have many views, but at least 70 or 80% has not subscribed yet. So please do so. Help me grow the channel. The bigger the channel gets, the more fun things I can show you guys, the more interesting cars I can test. You know the thing. So subscribe, like, engage, write comments in the comment section. It's time to crunch some numbers. Let us start with the range and consumption test. Two things that's important to know about the GLC, about its technology. The first one is that it's running on 2 permanent magnet motors, which normally is bad for the consumption. But the smart thing that Mercedes has done is that the front motor does have a DCU, which means that it has a decoupling mechanics. So it can decouple the front motor when not used. So that way it doesn't add any friction to the drivetrain. For instance, 95% of the time on the highway, it's only using the rear motor. So the front PSM motor does not add any consumption at all, other than weight. The second thing is that it has 2 gears. The second gear kicks in automatically between 70 or up to 120 kilometers per hour, depending on how hard you push the accelerator. And that second gear is to preserve energy or to consume less energy in high speeds. The mixed speed cycle, 93 kilometers per hour, with speeds spanning from 50 all the way up to 110 kilometers per hour, ended up at an average consumption of 16.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That equals to a full range of 580 kilometers for 100% of the battery pack. That's not super far away from the 633 kilometers stated WLTP range. To be more exact, it's 92%. Not bad, especially considering the size of the car and the amount of horsepower. And as I mentioned during the trip, good temperatures, good weather conditions with dry roads. Let's move over to the highway test, where I keep a constant speed of 120 kilometers per hour. That's GPS speed. So on the speedometer, it's 122 in this specific case. The final consumption ended up at 22.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's in 16 degrees Celsius, dry roads. Also a good number. I think it can get even better in temperatures over 20 degrees. Equals to a full range of over 400 kilometers, so 423 kilometers for the full battery pack. That's a good range on a constant highway speed. So impressive numbers when it comes to the mixed cycle and consumption in general. But with that said, I was still expecting it to be slightly more efficient given the WLTP numbers, the second gear, the decoupling of the front motor, etc. It's not far from the numbers I got for the exact same test with the Zeekr 7X Privilege. I was expecting it to be even more efficient. Let's move over to the cabin noise test, where I measure the cabin noise in different speeds, 50, 70, 90 and 110 kilometers per hour. I put the microphone in head height at passenger side and measure the noise during the same exact stretch of roads every time. And this is the final result. Just to put some words on it, it's silent. It's one of the most silent cars in its class. I would say it's the most silent car in the class. I mean, it has acoustic glass, and without having a curtain that would lower the volume even more, that's impressive. On par with the Q6 running on studless friction tires. The friction tires, as we know, are more silent than the summer tires, so that's a bit unfair. And also on par with the Porsche Macan, also on friction tires. So if you remove the friction tire thing from this equation, it's the most silent one. A lot more silent than the BMW iX3 with 22-inch wheels. Maybe not super surprising. I mean, 22, it's a hard equation to solve. And it's slightly more silent, approximately 1 decibel on average, or 1.5 compared to the Zeekr 7X. The biggest difference is actually not in speeds up to 70, it's about 100. Doesn't come any wind noise from the A-pillars, especially not under 130 kilometers per hour. It's well insulated, it's silent, and the air suspension makes that feeling even stronger. To the last but not least, charge test. So stated top speed 330 kilowatts on a 800 volt charger with a charge speed 10 to 80% in 22 minutes. That's what Mercedes states. I took it to a 400 kilowatt charger. It actually peaked at 352 kilowatts right off the bat and started to taper very early, around 21%. And then at 80%, it had a charge speed of 120 kilowatts. 10 to 80% took 21 minutes and 32 seconds. That's half a minute faster than Mercedes' own statement, and also 22 kilowatts faster charging peak speed than Mercedes states, and what the screen states. I mean, the screen clearly states that it's 330 kilowatts. But it also says that, okay, I'm able to charge at 352. So they are understating a bit and over-delivering, and that's always good to see. And preheating works flawless. You can activate it by navigating to a fast charger, or you can just manually activate it. To be honest, in temperatures around 20 degrees, you don't need to heat the battery pack. It's already around 21 degrees Celsius. It states that, okay, I'm done, I'm ready for fast charging. So very convenient, and the charge cover is great. I mean, 21 minutes, that's a nice time. It's a short time. It is not on par with the most fast charging cars like Xpeng or Zeekr. It does have a CATL battery pack designed by Mercedes and designed for durability and longevity, not really designed for fast charging. If you compare the battery pack with the Quilin battery pack, also from CATL, that's for instance used in the Zeekr 7X, that one is optimized for heat resistance and doesn't have any internal cables between the cells. So it's better to handle heat and therefore also better to handle charging. I mean, 480 kilowatts is the peak speed of that one, 10 to 80% for the same battery capacity in down to 11 minutes in some cases. So almost half the charge time. So Mercedes' take here is a balance between fast charging and longevity. And I mean, only the time will tell if that's the right strategy or not. To my summary and my conclusion, I mean, my take on this car is that the GLC is kind of back to the roots, but at the same time not for Mercedes. And what I mean by that is they are kind of not leading, but very far in the front when it comes to EV technology, in combination with the classic Mercedes look. And I'm glad to see that again. You feel that, especially when driving it. I mean, the air suspension is so sophisticated. It's so smooth. It's so nice. When you enter sport mode, it really supports the weight and the performance of the car in a nice way. It's a good blend, I would say. It's silent. The cabin is really nice. It's a perfect car for highway driving. And despite being heavy, 2.6 tons, it's efficient. I mean, without having a too big battery pack, you still have enough range, if you ask me. You have plenty of range, as I just showed you. I mean, to be honest, you don't need that much more range. It's at the same time a practical car with a big boot and the addition of 100 liters frunk and a tow capacity of 2.4 tons. That's good. That's a practical car. The only thing stopping it from being practical is the back seat. I mean, the back seat is a bit too small. It's a bit too cramped for, given the size of the car. I mean, it's 485, but still a smaller back seat than you find in a Tesla Model Y, for instance. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and engage into the comment section. Ask me questions, share your thoughts about the results and about this specific car. And as I always say, stay electric. Thank you for watching. Speak to you soon.